Hello there students, for our last video lesson for today, we're tackling about probability of a simple event. So ito na po yung pinakahuli. So wag na po tayo magpaliwiligoy pa, let's have it. So here's the title, probability of simple event. So for our learning competency here, we have to solve problems involving probabilities of simple event. And here's our unpack learning competency. First, let's identify the given in a problem involving probabilities of simple event. And also, we have to illustrate problems involving probabilities of simple event. And for lastly, solves problems involving probabilities of simple event. Now, let's have first how to find the probability of a simple event. So we have 4 steps there. So before, let's have this equation. So the probability of an event is equal to the number of favorable outcomes, which is n, the quantity of E, all over number of possible outcomes, or the sample space, which is n, the quantity of S. So here it is, how to solve the probability in word problems. First, let's identify the events for which probability is to determine. So, identify. So, ibig sabihin, let's try to find out. And next thing is we need to calculate the total number of possible outcomes. So, all the possible outcomes. And third one, to calculate the probability of each event. So for example, this is the experiment 1 and experiment 2. And for the last one, add probability of each event if it is required. So some word problems, we don't need to add the probability. So some problems, we need to add the probabilities. Okay? So before we proceed, so let's have the rules in probability. So first rule is the probability of any event is number, either a fraction, a decimal, or a percent. Okay? Between and including 0 and 1. So, nandudun lang po sa pagitan na yun. And if an event will never happen, then its probability is 0. So, pag hindi po siya posibleng mangyari, then the probability there is 0. For example, you have draw lots. Meron red, blue, green. Anong probability ng chance na makukuha mo yellow? 'Di ba? Parang hindi siya mangyayaring na makakabunot ka ng yellow doon. Okay? So, third one is if an event is sure to happen, then the probability is to 1. Siyempre, for example, you have to draw white from all white. Siyempre, yun na yung may chance ka talaga makuha yung gusto mong makuha. And for the fourth one is the sum of probability of all outcomes in the sample space is 1. So, pag pinag-add-add po lahat ng gusto mong makuha plus the sample space, syempre, for example, 13 all over 13. Kalalabasan nun 1. Okay? Now, let's try to have our examples. So, for our first example, sabi niya rito, a box is filled with cubes of different colors. So, maraming kulay. So, ano yung mga kulay na yun? There are white 40 cubes, 40 white cubes, 24 green, 12 red, and 24 golden. And syempre meron tayong 20 blue cubes. If you have to select a cube without looking into the box, parang bubunot ka. Or bubunot ka talaga. What is the probability that you will pick a white or blue? As you can see there, white and blue. So here's our solution. So first one, let's identify first what will be asking or ano yung hinahanap. So picking a white cube and picking a blue cube. Okay? Then step 2, let's add all the given. So 40 white, 24 green, 12 na then 12 na 1, then 24 na golden, 20 na blue. So if we add it or the sum up it all, we have 120. Next, for the step 3, the probability of white is equal to the number of white cubes, then the total number of cubes. So as you can see, ilan yung white? So 40. Ilan yung total number? We have 120. So next thing is, syempre, we have 40 over 120. Next, yung blue naman. So we have 20 or over 120. So, yun doon na po papasok yung fourth step natin doon sa rule natin kanina in solving. Add if it is required, di ba? Sabi doon. So, we're going to add. So, here's the solution. 4t over 120 plus 20 all over 120. So, we have 60 all over 120. Sir, ano pong susunod dyan na na-add na natin? So, the next thing that we will do here is to get the lowest term. So, anong lowest term yan? Simply just divide them by 60. 60 sa numerator, then 60 sa denominator. So, we will have the probability of white or blue is 1 all over 2. So, 1 half or 50% na chance mo makakuha ng white or blue. Sir, pwede isa pang example. Okay. We have another example. So, in a box, there are 20 balls, numbered 1 to 20. If a ball is drawn from the box, find the probability of getting a number divisible by 3. Sir, ano po ba yung mga divisible by 3? Mamaya pakita natin ano yung gusto niyang makuha or ilan yung chance natin. So, first, step 1, hanapin natin kung ano yung tinatanong. Getting a number divisible by 3. Ano yung step 2? Get natin yung total ng sample space natin or our denominator. Step 3, the probability of divisible by 3 is equal to the number divisible by 3. So, yung nasa taas, yun po yung hanapin natin, then the total number of balls. Sir, ano po yung divisible by 3? We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18 are all divisible by 3. So, ilan sila? We have 6 all over 20. Sir, paano po nakuha yung 6 all over 20? Yung 6 na tinutukoy dito is 6 po yung divisible 20 na pwede mong makuha doon. Okay, then for our fourth step is get the lowest term. So, sir, saan natin siya di-divide? Let's divide them by 2. So, our final answer is the probability or divisible by 3 is equal to 3 all over 10 or 30% lang po yung chance nating makakuha ng divisible by 3 from drawing a lots there. Okay? Now, let's try to have our last example. Ang last example natin is, if a letter is to be selected from the words millennials, find the probability that the letter is consonant. So, ilan ba yung consonant dun sa word na millennials? So, first thing, consonant letter. Hanapin natin kung ano yung tinatanong o yung hinahanap. Second thing, 11. Sir, saan nanggaling 11? Bilangin mo yung word na millennials. 11 po lahat yun. Next, probability of consonant plus total letters. Sir, ano yung consonant na tinutukoy doon? Kung ilan yung consonant sa word na millennials. So, meron tayong M, L, L, N, N, L, and S are all consonants. So, ilan po sila doon? We have 7 or all over 11. Sir, malolowest term pa po natin? No. 7 and 11 are prime numbers. So, we cannot get the lowest term. So, yan na po yung magiging sagot natin. Sir, ilang percentage yan? Diba? Approximately nasa 80%. So, malaki yung chance na makakukuha nyo is consonant numbers. So, later on in our video conference, we will have more examples. Okay, see you in our video conference. For now, goodbye and see you again later. Bye.